For the past 13 years that the last good sermon that I heard was the last one that I preached. I now have to change that. The last really good sermon I heard was this afternoon. And thank you. I have to change my whole act because of that. When the Slavonian song came up, I was very moved by that. And it reminded me of a story that I heard a couple of years ago that I'd like to share with you. You know, it made me start to think that when our ancestors came over here, they must have thought that a lot of the customs that these crazy Americans had were kind of strange. And it made me think of a story of a young serviceman just after the Second World War. And this was in England. The train system had not really gotten back into style. And he was going to take a rather long train trip. And he's on this train in England, and the soldier gets on the train, and every single seat is taken, with one exception. There was a very large, tweedy English lady who was sitting in a seat, and she had a very big English dog occupying one of the other seats. And so he went up to her very politely, and he said, "Miss, would you mind putting your dog on the floor so I can have this seat?" And the lady very haughtily said to him, "Just you leave my dog alone." And this young serviceman was a little embarrassed by it. So he walked the entire length of the train looking for another seat. And there wasn't any. There was not a single seat on that train. And he came back to the original car and he said, "Look, this is really silly. That dog is taking up a whole seat and I have a very long way to go. So I'm going to ask this lady again if she'd mind putting her dog down." So he went up to her and he said, "Miss, there are no other seats on this entire train. Would you please put your dog on the floor? I have a very long trip to make." And she got very angry with him and she said, "I told you before, just leave my dog alone." So this young American soldier got a little bit flustered and he picked up the dog and he opened the window of the train and he threw the dog out of the window. And the very proper Englishmen were appalled at this brash American. And right across the aisle was a very dapper-looking English gentleman who was sitting there reading his London Times. And he looked up from the newspaper and he said, "You know, you Americans are really very amusing. You do everything wrong. When you eat your food, you eat with the wrong hand. When you drive your automobiles, you drive down the wrong side of the street. And now, by Jove, you've gone and thrown the wrong bitch out of the window." That's not an original story. Jack Panther told me that I did. What we really want to do, you know, something like this doesn't just happen. Something like this takes an awful lot of work from an awful lot of people. And we'd like to give some recognition to those people who have been primarily instrumental in getting this family reunion off of the ground. First of all, and I know you don't like to stand up to be recognized, but we feel that you deserve it, and we're going to ask you to do that.
See if you can find it. The
executive director of this entire extravaganza is Marilyn. The executive producer of it is Sherry. One of the highlights of the evening for me was that fantastic slideshow that we had during the cocktail hour and just before we sat down. And that was the brainchild of Sherry and her husband Jack Panther, who got the ideas together and put the whole thing together on their own time. And I think it was a fantastic presentation. I was particularly interested. I thought I had met all of Judy's old boyfriends, and I found out there was another one tonight that nobody has talked about. That lovely banner that expressed the whole theme of this reunion was done over in church by Ginger and Mary Beth. Cindy, I'm sorry, Cindy. Cindy and Mary Beth, thank you very much. And as Father Jerome mentioned, with a crowd like this, it's very difficult to know who everyone is. We have Tricia Lloyd to thank for the name tags that we all have so that we can recognize them. All of us really got off to a great start last night when we had a lovely dinner over at Jerry and Julie's house, and we'd like to acknowledge their contribution to getting this reunion off to a great start. And so much more of the work behind the scenes, the cooking for the picnic that we're going to have tomorrow, was done by Pat and Carol. If you would stand please to recognize that. One of the things that a lot of times goes unappreciated, you know, all of us have a lot of children that we like to kind of dump off on somebody so that we can go out and have a lot of fun. While all of this was being gotten together, we dumped our children, and Pat dumped a couple of hers on Cindy and Jerry, and we surely appreciate your taking care of them for us. And we want to acknowledge that. Now this is a catch-all in order to include everybody who has participated. Marilyn, Sherry, Pat, Ginger, Cindy, Carol, Mary Beth, Barbie, and my beautiful wife, Judy. We'd like to acknowledge the contribution that all of you have made. And since I know about it, I'd like to add that it was a great sacrifice that Judy came up here a week early, because what she gave up to come up here was a week of 106-degree temperature in Texas, so that she could come up here and work. Now, I think that's real dedication. We have a lot of states from which we all come, and I'm going to call them off, and we'd like for you to stand up so we can see where everybody is from. Who's here from Michigan? How about Wisconsin? Has anyone come from Minnesota? How about Illinois? Any of y'all from Texas? And Virginia. West Virginia. Hey, Virginia. Would you believe all the way from California? And even Arizona? Hey. Where's Arizona? Hey, there it is. And I think there are even a couple of people here from the state of Washington. Now, we put all of our heads together and we thought we had it covered. Did we miss anything?
Colorado.
Colorado! Let's hear it for Colorado! Good. Any place else? No place else. Okay, we got it covered. Who? From Poland! Is he related to a man named Motila? No. Okay. Okay. Just by marriage. Okay. We've got a couple of prizes. A couple of prizes Father Jerome, you're supposed to be wearing a boutonniere because according to our calculations, you have come the longest distance. Are you wearing one?
I am not.
We will write you an IOU for one boutonniere. One of the things that's awfully important when you're trying to put one of these things together, they're expensive. And you're always a little anxious of who's going to send in the money on time. So we want to recognize the person who was first in sending in her money, Aunt Florence. And it's always nice to know that people are very anxious to get here. So we want to recognize the person who got here the earliest because she was so anxious to get this thing going. And that's Pat. She arrived on the 23rd of June to be sure she got here on time. And now we're going to turn this over to the band. And for those of you who know how to dance, we invite you to come up and dance. And those of you who don't know how to dance, you can come up and try anyway. But I now see that Marilyn has something else to say.
One more reintroduction. Somebody that was out in the car doing a good deed. Jerry Ball, you stand up. You stand up. Okay, we have one more. My sister over here, she came early and she's really on top of it all. Sherry and Jack have volunteered to furnish pictures for a small price, very small price. If anyone wants any of the copies of the pictures we have up here, Jack will do them in 11 by 14, 8 by 10, and my sister Pat will take your order. So if you know if you want anything, you know, some of these pictures were in people's attics and they were tiny little things that you could barely see, and Jack screws them up. And if, you know, if you want them,
Jack.
That's the end of our show for this evening. We'll be on again tomorrow, so let's get out and dance.
That's a joke, Jack.
All the way around.
Thank you. Hi, here's one called You Can Have Her.
The girl I love, she up and left me. She ran away with my best friend. I'm missing from cold midnight for just an hour. Come daylight, she's gone again. Oh, you can have her, I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with, and all I wanted was look is good. It's mighty empty, oh, but confession, it's food for the soul. I'd rather have love that I can't think of than to have the world with all its gold. Oh, you can have her, I don't want her, she didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with, and all I wanted was look to see.
What's the time?
Polka time.
I think Jane guys
Gotta bring it down a little, I guess.
We have a very special number for you. Will you come up, please? Jerry. Jerry, I'm talking to you. Down or stand up? Oh, now I got him started. Oh, dear.
That's Jerry for you.
She should have a kiss too. Just stand over here and just try to behave yourself for a few minutes. Stand over by your wife. If you want, you can sit anywhere you want.
Be up there so we can see you.
Yes.
Now you got to do the job, okay?
We always, don't we always?
Sing to me. Don't look forward.
Jerry, swing
We
it
just
this way a
wanted
little,
to,
please.
we wanted to say that tonight, when May asked us to sing, thank you very much. I said, behave, Jerry. Forget it, right. We feel tonight, May asked us to sing here tonight, and we feel like we're doing a command performance for the Queen. It's really obvious that we feel that May also asked us to wear these clothes, and she's the only person in the entire world we would put these long sleeves on for tonight. That shows how much we love May and Jerry. Oh, he's got long sleeves too. Yeah, but he doesn't have all you-know-what's underneath. I don't think. We have a real special number we'd like to sing for the special couple, and it's called Always, because we love them so very much. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, girls.
Everything went wrong, and the whole day long I feel so
A good man is hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you turn around and find him messing with some other gal. And then you rave, you even brave to see him lay in his grave. So if your man is nice, take my advice. Hug him in the evening, kiss him every night. Give him lots of loving to read him right. Because a good man nowadays is hard to find. A good man is hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you turn around and find him fooling around some other gal. And then you rave, you even crave to see him laying in his grave. So if your man is nice, take my advice. Hug him in the morning, kiss him every night. Give him lots of loving and treat him right. Because a good man nowadays is hard to find. A good man nowadays is hard to find. Hard to find. Life is what you make it, or so the poets say. We laugh and cry, we live and learn, we love each wondrous day. If you understand these words are truly from the heart, you'll know that every brand new day is just a brand new start. Got a barrel of money, maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. Oh, we don't know what's coming tomorrow, maybe it's trouble and sorrow, but we'll travel the road, share it our load, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall, just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've all had the corals and they parted, we'll be the same as we started. Just travel along, singing a song, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. We'll be the same as we started, just travel along, singing a song, side by side. We're side by
Thank you, ladies, for being part of our family this evening. That was very nice. We're saving the talent show until Tuesday night, but we're going to give you a little preview right now of some family talent. Billy Erzar from up there in the wilds of Minnesota is going to play a little bit of good piano music for us. And I believe Marilyn is going to help him, right? Where's Billy? He's ready. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get up. Oh, it's Dan. I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. There's so much talent in the family, it's hard to keep it straight.
Really,
do it. Come on up.
I'm running going to batteries.
Girl, tell me only this, that I have your heart for all my life, and you want me by your side, whispering the words I'll always love. And I know if you really care, I will always be there. Now I need to tell you this, there's no other love like yours. As long as I may live, I'll give you all the joys my heart and soul can give. Let me hold you. I need to have you near me. And I know with you in my arms, this love will last forever, because I'm truly in love with you, girl. I'm truly head over heels with your love. I need you, and with your love I'm free and truly. You know you're right with me.
Thank you, Marilyn, for playing that for me. Dedicate that one to me and Shari and to my lovely wife, Jean.
Do you want another one? That he did?
Out you once again. You laughed at me. You said you never needed me. I wonder if you need me now. We play the games that people play. We made mistakes along the way. Somehow I know deep in my heart you needed me like I needed you. times I know we'll never forget, those feelings we can put aside. Oh, what we had. Sometimes I try to understand, but it's so heavy on my mind. We many dreams that flew away, so many words we didn't say. Most of all, I still love you. Still. We played the games that people play. We made mistakes along the way. Somehow I know deep in my heart you needed me, like I needed you so desperately. We were too blind to see, but then again, most of all, I do love you. Thank you. Thanks for the girl for playing the piano so fine. Thank you, Marilyn.
walls and a roof above, and oh so cram full of cozy joy and crowned with woman's love. A woman dearer than all the world, true as heaven is true. God, how ghastly she looked through her rouge, the lady that's known as Lou. Then on the side of the lady that's known
Still glaring.
Now these are the
Bounce it
simple
off the
facts.
ceiling.
In case any guess I ought to know.
That's good.
They say that stranger was crazed with hooch, and I'm not denying that, so I'm not so wise as them lawyer guys, but strictly between us two, the woman that kissed him and pinched his poke was the lady that's known as Lou.
I'll try this picture in the corner.
Good job. Good job.
I think he's flying his airplane again.
You got any more stories like that? Let's have an encore.
It was back in the good old days. He got up one morning, Ma, and he says, you know, those 3 sows are due for breeding. And Ma, she says, yeah, I understand that, Pa. He says, when their time's here, it's here. He says, well, he says, I'm gonna put on my coveralls and my big mud boots, and he says, I'm gonna hook up the team of horses and throw an old double tree in there and a tummy of wagon, and we're gonna hook on that wagon, throw them old 3 sows in the back of that wagon, and we're gonna haul off there across the county here. So what he did, he pigs are squealing down them old rough muddy roads. 5 hours he traveled on that old buggy and come to the greatest boar breeding farmer in all of Iowa.
No, she's still breathing. Look, Dr. Jekyll's house is just down the street. Now, one of you help me lift her. Gently. Stand back. Dr. Jekyll! Attention! Get Dr. Jekyll, quickly.
What is it, Bull? What's going on?
Henry, we have an injured child here. I think she may be dying. A man just pushed her under her carriage. The most horrible thing I ever saw. She was just standing there selling flowers.
Bull, go outside and hail a cab as quickly as you can.
Shall I come with you?
No, Geoffrey. You go on without me.
Sir Peter and Lady Wolfson.
Ah, hello, my dear.
Good evening.
Peter, you're a rascal. Who's going to win the election?
Annabelle. You're looking wonderful. How are the children? Are they well?
Disgustingly well. And it's about time you had some of your own. Where is your husband?
I think name? Doctor?
Mr. Geoffrey Utterson.
Good evening. You know my daughter, of course.
Of course. How are you, sir?
Geoffrey. Where's Henry Jekyll? I thought he was coming with you.
He's been detained at the hospital. A child was injured in the street. But he says that he'll come...
Clara, I want you to come and talk to Professor Ellie.
Get me some chloroform, sutures, and a trapeze. Find Dr. Lloyd. Who will you wait here?
Right, sir.
That was intolerably rude, Father. Geoffrey Utterson is a friend of mine.
He's a friend of Jekyll's. You should not invite either of them. I'm very annoyed.
Sarah, dear, you were just saying how brave you are. Brave? How? Letting your husband loose in the Far East, surrounded by sultry maidens. They don't allow maidens on board ships of the Royal Navy, Annabelle, sultry or otherwise. But he's so handsome, dear, and you haven't seen him for ages. Now, I would call that brave in a wife, wouldn't you, Dr. Lanyon? Father, didn't you want me to speak to Professor Elliot? He's over there. Oh, did I say something wrong?
It's an intracranial hemorrhage, Paul. There's no other way.
But if you open up her skull, she could die on the table.
And if I don't release the hematoma, she'll die on the stretcher.
Don't do it, sir. You'll kill her.
Bring her in. Rub her down, nurse.
I will save you. As God is my witness, I will save you.
I just wanted you to talk to him, that's all. This silly feud's been going on for more than a year.
I won't have Jekyll in this house and there's an end to it.
Why? Because it's disproved some of your theories?
Damnation, your sister is dead. How am I going to forgive that?
Forgive? What is there to forgive? Louise died of pneumonia. There's no cure for that, you know it.
Sarah, I am a past president of the medical council. Please do not lecture me on medicine. Jekyll killed his wife just as surely as if he'd buried her alive.
Killed her? Father, what are you saying? He loved her. He moved heaven and earth to find a cure.
It's like a witch doctor finds a cure. Experimenting with one treatment after another until she died. The only cure for that charlatan is a bullet in the head. Sarah. Stay away from him, Sarah. You're all I have left.
Dr. Lanyon, isn't this our dance?
Ready? Hold her head, Paul. Completely still. Tracking, please. No movement at all. Swab. Suture. Now, Paul, take her back to the ward and stay with her. All she can die of now is an infection. But she won't. She's a winner. Look. Dry dress the wound, give her plenty to drink, and I'll see you again in the morning. Thank you. Good night.
It doesn't matter, Sarah. Honestly.
It does matter. My father snubbed you, Geoffrey. I'll make him apologize. You'll see.
Make who apologize?
Henry, how's the child?
She's sitting in bed drinking hot milk, I hope.
Oh, that's a relief. I think you should talk to Sarah before you go in. But I'll bid you both good night.
Good night. Am I too late for the ball?
Anthony, I must talk to you. My father's...
Just a moment. That's not the last waltz they're playing, is it?
Yes, but
No, but.
Goodness, how romantic. Good night, Sarah. Good night, Dr. Jekyll.
Sarah, our guests are leaving. And you, sir, will oblige me by leaving now. You are not welcome here.
Good night, Sarah.
I'll deal with him. Go on, Lucy, get upstairs. You know what you are? Troublemaker, that's what you are. Now choose a girl or go.
Please don't hurt me again. Please. Don't hurt me again, please. Please don't hurt me.
Oi, you in there! Leave that girl alone! I've told you once, now get out!
Take your hands off me! I'm a good girl, I am. Take your hands off me!
Right, we can all go. Go home. Well, Mr. Utterson?
No, Inspector Palmer. I'm afraid it isn't any of these men. Pity.
We thought we'd got him this time. Perhaps you would favour Sergeant Hornby with your statement.
Certain. This way, sir. Has this man committed crimes before?
All over London. Arson, destruction of property. Last night he walked up to a policeman and just broke his arm.
God, what, for no reason?
Some of them don't need a reason, do they, sir?
Well, do you think you'll find him?
This is Scotland Yard, sir. We'd find him at the North Pole. After you.
These, then, are the frontal lobes, the areas that shape the personality. And the brain works through a system of chemical messengers. So, in theory, we can shape that personality in any way that we please.
Your book says, by the use of drugs.
I'm flattered you've read it.
But Dr. Lanyon says the opposite. He says our behaviour is fixed at birth. We can never be changed.
Dr. Lanyon is wrong. You drink 6 glasses of whiskey and see if your behaviour remains the same. In this bottle, there's a fluid called reserpine. The Indians use it to treat melancholia. People contemplating suicide have had their outlook completely changed. It's crude, but it works.
So, chemicals do control the mind?
Yes.
Perhaps we should give some to Dr. Lanyon.
All right, that's enough. We're on Ward B in 3 minutes.
Sir?
Yes?
One more question. Dr. Jekyll, can drugs be used to improve the intelligence?
One day, who knows, and you'll be the first to get something.
So, in chapter 3, you say we can eliminate madness.
No, I say we can control it by inducing the opposite. There's a difference.
Just by finding the right drug?
Yes.
But that's against the laws of nature, surely.
I can see you're a Lanyonite, Stevens. You're going to take a lot of convincing. No more questions. Off you go, Ward B.
I asked downstairs. They said it would be all right.
If it's about last night, it was my fault. I shouldn't have accepted your invitation.
Henry, please listen. My father's been saying some terrible things about you.
He doesn't still think I neglected Louise.
Thinks you killed her. By treating her with untried medicines. He's been reading your theories about drugs and he thinks they're dangerous.
That's absurd. She died of pneumonia. Nothing on earth could have saved her.
She was his daughter, Henry. Try to understand.
She was my wife. What kind of a man does he think I am?
Dr. Jekyll,
What is it, Mr. Thomas?
they're waiting for you on B ward, huh?
I'm coming. Can we talk about this at the dinner or something?
I can't, not tonight.
Or lunch tomorrow then at the Cafe Royal.
All right. But Henry, please be careful. My father's a very powerful man.
Right, gentlemen, follow me. This is the patient. She was admitted last night. Can you all see? She'd suffered a severe subdural hemorrhage requiring craniotomy and serosanguineous fluid evacuation of the frontoparietal cortex.
Are you a doctor?
Yes. What gave me away?
That.
Oh. You're Victoria, aren't you?
Vicky.
Can I look under your bandages, Vicky?
Yes.
Excuse me, Dr. Jekyll. There's a reporter downstairs.
A reporter?
He says it's urgent.
They can't.
Can't what?
Look under my bandages.
Yes, they are a suspicious-looking bunch, aren't they? You keep an eye on them until I come back.
I will, don't you worry.
Do I have the honour of addressing Dr. Jekyll? Edward Snape, sir. London Record. This'll only take a minute.
What will?
Mr. and Mrs. White are just over there, sir. If you'll follow me, please.
Just a moment. Who are they?
Oh, the grateful parents, Doctor. And very grateful they are too, if I may say so. Nigel! Now, sir, if you could just hold Mrs. White's hand while we talk. Nigel's going to get an artist's impression for our readers. Medical hero meets distressed mother. This is the doctor what saved little Vicky for you.
How do you do, Mrs. Wyatt?
You'll have to speak up, sir. They're both deaf.
How do you do, Mrs. Wyatt?
Now, Doctor, what went through your mind as the child lay helpless in your arms?
Well, I knew that surgery would be necessary.
What's he say?
Read it in the paper.
No, this will be too hot. I'll have to leave it.
But the evenings are cold, aren't they, Matt? Out there in the tropics.
Well, not according to the captain. He says that Singapore's like a steam bath.
Margaret, will you leave us, please?
Yes, Dr. Langley.
Last week you brought a copy of that man's book into my house. Last night, you invited him to the Langham Ball.
If you're talking about Henry Jekyll, Father, please use his name.
But today you went too far. You visited a hospital with which I am personally associated for a public meeting with the very man who is trying to destroy my reputation.
Now you are being ridiculous.
You are a married woman. The whole town is talking.
You mean Annabelle is talking?
Sarah, I want the truth. Has he seduced you? Is that it?
How could you?
Have you betrayed your husband with your own brother-in-law? Answer me!
How dare you?
You answer my question with a question of your own. So I have my answer, have I not?
Father! Father!
evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
How's the child?
She'll be as good as new. No supper tonight, Paul. Will you tell Mrs. Clark?
I'm not happy with Mrs. Clark, sir. She's the laziest housekeeper I ever met.
Not now, Paul. I've got work to do.
Very good, sir. Can I get you something to drink?
No, and don't wait up.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Paul.
It is estimated that more than 20 million people will come down with colds this year.
It's time for a powerful weapon.
More than 10 million workdays will be lost.
It's time for a powerful weapon.
More than 20 million school days lost.
It's time for Benadryl Plus cold formula. With the strength of Benadryl, plus a maximum strength nasal decongestant, plus a maximum strength fever and pain reliever. Fight back with Benadryl Plus cold formula. A powerful weapon in the Cold War.
Sometimes I dream I'm in Italy, driving this incredible sports car. And my boss is there. He says,
"We need a ride to the shareholders meeting.
Now, here's where it gets weird. The sports car has 4 doors. I mean, there's no such thing as a 4-door sports car. It's just a dream, right?
Save your dough. For a limited time, Domino's Pizza has a New Year's deal. 2 pizzas each with 1 topping for only $10.95. You can't get this deal just anywhere, so why go anywhere? Call Domino's Pizza on the double. We'll be there in 30 minutes or less, hot and fresh. 2 pizzas for $10.95. Call Domino's Pizza. Nobody delivers better. Nobody. Offer may vary.
Hello. Ed and I thought Sunday's big football game would be the perfect place to introduce our exciting new Bartles & James Black Cherry wine cooler. Ed has rented this well-known blimp so all the fans below will know about our fabulous new cooler. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this particular stadium has a roof. This is no doubt the reason we got such a good price on the blimp. Please try our new Black Cherry cooler anyway, and thank you for your support.
The superstars of rock, country, and rap vie for top honors in the world of music. Hosted by Alice Cooper, The Judds, Anita Baker, and Gloria Estefan. With Randy Travis, Janet Jackson, New Kids on the Block, and special award winners Prince and Neil Diamond. The 17th Annual American Music Awards live tomorrow.
Tonight's movie, Jekyll and Hyde, returns in a moment.
Tuesday, a new dog.
It meant stick-throwing, face-licking responsibility. That too? Your dog ate your homework. It was boy against puppy. There was only one problem. The puppy was winning.
The Wonder Years after Who's the Boss Tuesday.
With new Lunchables lunch combinations from Oscar Mayer, your lunch will never be the same. Because Lunchables combine fresh meats and cheeses with crisp crackers. It's a really good lunch in one handy pack. So how about a feast of Munster and roast beef? You couldn't do better than chicken and cheddar, or pile on bologna, salami, or Colby. Attack a stack of Monterey Jack. Add turkey and wheat, and your lunch is complete with ham and Swiss on rye you can't miss. With 8 varieties of Lunchables, your lunch will never be the same. Lunch, 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 it's Lunchables. From Oscar Mayer.
In a world that's put such a premium on time, it may seem shocking that these craftsmen have devoted so much time to the leisure of just 2 people. But if you're one of them, you'll discover not a moment has been wasted. Announcing America's premium handcrafted car, the Riata by Buick. Handcrafted luxury for 2.
Peter Falk and Alan Arkin are the In-Laws, Sunday night, 11:30 on TV 12.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Your local police.
Local police? Don't be stupid. Local police? They're useless. Do you know what they said? You're in a dangerous trade. Dangerous? How can I work? Look at me.
You wanted me, Dennis. This lady thinks she's seen your maniac, Jen.
There's no thinks about it. Look what he's done to me. That's his picture in the paper. Why don't you do something?
Dennis, get Inspector Palmer down here now. Come on, miss. Come on, sit down.
Behind me. It's him. It's the same man.
Right, get the police. I'll keep him talking. Evening, sir. First time in here? Well, you better have a drink on the house, eh?
All right, everybody, all right. Now, calm down. He's good. Calm down. Sit down, now. Come on, get over
Lee. Come on, Preston, up. That's it, and calm down, everybody. He's gone. Everything's all right now.
And you're sure it's the same man?
He lives there. His name's Hyde.
Who's this posh friend?
That's who pays his rent, I told you.
And what does he look like?
I've never seen him. He pays Mrs. Hackett.
Woman who runs the place.
Jim, you, me, and 3 men outside in 5 minutes.
Right.
What's your name, love?
Lucy Fletcher.
There's a nurse upstairs, Lucy. Get her to look at those bruises.
God almighty! What is he, a man or a sewer rat?
Hey! Look what you've done to my door.
Where is he, Mrs. Hackett?
I was bringing the key. Look what he's done.
Where is he?
I told you, he comes and he goes. Who's going to pay for this door?
Alan, this coat's still warm. Then he just left.
He'll be back.
You put that down. That's private property.
Who's his posh friend, Mrs. Hackett?
What posh friend? I don't know no posh friend.
Yes, you do. The one who pays his rent.
That Lucy tell you, she's a lying little slut. He pays the rent himself. Now what's he doing? You tell him to put that down.
What is it, Jim? Medicine?
More like sulphur or something.
Bloody vandal. I had the key.
Mrs. Hackett, if you're not out of this room by the time I count 5, I'll close this rat hole down. Do you understand? 1, 2...
Filth. That's what he is. Filth.
What's it say on the label?
Reflux. What's reflux?
I don't know. I want a 24-hour watch on the street and someone in here all night watching the old hag. I don't want him warned off.
Where are you going?
Back to the yard. I want to know what's in this bottle.
Wait a minute, who's going to sit with the old hag?
It's you she fancies, Jim, not me.
Thanks.
The Cafe Royal.
Where is my daughter going, Williams?
I think to her dressmaker, sir.
At the Cafe Royal? Get your hat and coat. I want you to deliver a letter to the office of the London Record.
Then, dawn came up. She touched my hand. I watched her slip away. I can still feel that touch, even now.
Henry.
She was my wife, Sarah. And your father thinks I killed her?
Try to forgive him. He's old and I'm making it worse.
How could you make it worse?
I've been friends with you. Accused me of being your mistress.
No, that's outrageous. I'm going to talk to you.
No, it's not important.
This has got to stop, sir.
It doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. Talk like this could ruin you.
Not me he's trying to ruin. It's you.
Me? Why?
Sit down, please. You're replacing him, don't you see?
No, I don't see.
Then you're blind. All his life he's been respected for his knowledge. His books are the standard works of medicine throughout the world, and now you've challenged him.
Science moves on, sir. Nothing stays the same.
You're not listening. You believe that science should have no limits. He sees that as evil.
Evil is not a scientific word.
Perhaps that's why he fears.
Man was made in the image of the Creator. So not only are Jekyll's ideas dangerous, they also laugh in the face of God.
The ravings of an old man, Mr. Devlin. We can't print a word of it. I'll send it back.
Dr. Lanyon is a past president of the Medical Council, Snape. You don't ignore a man like that.
Not entirely, sir, I do agree, but...
Show this letter to Jekyll. We'll print his reply on the same page.
I was going to suggest that, sir.
Oh, you were you?
Right. Well, I've persuaded the editor to print this letter after all.
Oh, splendid.
Give my regards to Dr. Lanyon. And get my name right. Snape. Edward Snape. Of course.
Give my regards to Richard. I hear he's in line for Admiral.
So they say.
You'll enjoy Singapore. Sunshine, all those Navy parties.
Don't mock me, Henry, please.
Mock you?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
What did you mean?
It's getting late. I should go.
Sarah, I've known you since you were a little girl. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just tired.
It's more than that. What is it?
I don't love him. It's not his fault. I don't love him. I never have.
Oh, Sarah. Why did you marry him?
Why? You know why.
No. I don't.
Yes, you do. Because I couldn't have you.
Sarah?
This is the gentleman, sir. He's been waiting for over an hour.
I told your man we'd met before, Doctor, but I don't think you believe me. Edward Snape, London Record.
Yes, Mr. Snape.
My editor received this letter today. It's from an eminent surgeon, a Dr. Lanyon. I've decided to print it, so I thought you might like to comment.
Your parents are due at 8, sir.
Thank you, Paul.
Isn't your father a member of Parliament, Doctor? A man of progressive views, like yourself, I believe.
What's in the letter, Mr. Snape?
It's in the nature of an attack on your book, sir. I was just admiring your art collection. Very impressive. And I say that as one who prefers photography to art. The advance of science, so to speak. But then, that's what the debate's all about, isn't it, Doctor? The advance of science. We'll print your reply, of course. Doctor, I said we'll print your reply. A chance to put your views across. I'm sure that's only fair. Don't you agree?
I'll have to study the letter first.
I'm sorry, Doctor. We've got a press in 2 hours. Perhaps I could ask you a few questions instead. You were once married to Dr. Lanyon's daughter, I believe. Do you mind telling me how she died?
Good evening, Father. Where are the chairs? Where's my chair?
Are you addressing me, madam?
Father, what's going on?
I am not your father. I have no daughters now. Both are dead.
What do you mean?
You are not welcome here. You must go to your husband.
Father, what are you saying?
Williams, you'll remove this person from our house. And after that, you will post this letter that I have written to her husband. I do not wish to see her again. Now do your duty.
No, wait.
You were seen in the park, in the arms of your lover. Now get out.
Will you please leave me alone?
I have my orders.
Father, make him stop!
Adulteress!
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm truly sorry.
With 10 seconds to go, the secret weapon, Willie Went, is in the game. Just give me the ball. 64. 78. Hey. He passes it. He catches it. What moves? He's running the wrong way.
He's running the wrong way.
He's running the wrong way. Les Billing wins it for Taste Great. Let's go to the locker room.
Can't beat the great taste of Miller Lite. Hey, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
All right. 2 tickets. What about us? Tickets? I got plenty of Super Bowl tickets. There's still time for you to find Super Bowl tickets inside cases of Miller Lite.
Sorry, George. Come on, let's go to New Orleans. Willie, wrong way. Come on.
The guaranteed rebate from Chrysler. Now, in addition to our best-selling minivans, we've added our best family cars. 1990 Dodge Shadow, Dodge Spirit, and Dodge Dynasty. Take delivery by January 31st and get $1,000 cash back. If the rebate goes up during this model year, we'll pay you the difference. The guaranteed rebate from Chrysler. No other car company has ever done that. Remember, this offer ends January 31st.
If you have a cold and take Sudafed, there's something you should know. Contact Maximum Strength Caplets stop the sneezing and runny nose Sudafed can't.
Gesundheit.
Until there's a cure, there's Contact.
Mr. McDonald, when the public buys the Colonel's chicken sandwich, they get his secret blend of 11 herbs and spices. What do they get at McDonald's?
Toys. Lots of toys.
Taste our best at Kentucky Fried Chicken for only $1.99.
Tuesday, Coach loses the big one.
I've thrown away everything in my life for coaching.
You have me?
How long can that last?
Coach after Roseanne Tuesday.
America, God gave his grace, son.
Peter Jennings reporting. Guns, Wednesday.
Very interesting theory, Doctor. Our readers are always interested in scientific matters. Now, just one more question. This conflict between you and Dr. Lanyon, is it entirely scientific, or could it be, well, a personal matter?
He's the one who wrote the letter, Mr. Snape. Why don't you ask him?
Oh, I will, sir. That's my job. But it is a strange coincidence, you must admit. A father-in-law with a grudge, perhaps, has been known before, if I may say so.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes, Paul.
Could you spare a moment, sir?
What is it?
I think it's important.
What is?
Mrs. Crawford's here.
Mrs. Crawford?
I'll show you out. Will you come this way, please?
All right, you won't get away with this. Sarah, listen.
Who's the, lady? Good night, sir.
Not leaving.
worry him, you'll be all right. Sir. Ah, Paul, get some towels and call Mrs. Clark.
Mr. and Mrs. Jeff are arriving.
I must go.
Nonsense. Crawford. Mrs. Crawford. Close those doors.
Good evening, Mr. Jekyll. Mrs. Jekyll?
Good evening, Paul.
Good evening.
And then, the Secretary of State asked me if I'd enjoyed the evening, so I told the old fool the truth.
What did you say?
Oh, don't encourage him, Henry. It was most unseemly.
I simply said that if the soup had been as warm as the champagne, and if the fish had been as fresh as the maid, and if the maid had been as willing as the hostess, it would have been a very rewarding evening. You should have seen his face.
It's a wonder we're invited anywhere.
Your mother's still ashamed of me, Harry, after all these years.
To rewarding evenings.
What, in port wine? Where's your Napoleon brandy? What?
This is the doctor's room, as you can see, madam. I'm only the housekeeper, of course, but I put you in here because I'd had no instructions to the contrary. I'm sure it'll be all right, Mrs. Clark. I laid out one of your sister's nightgowns. I expect it will fit. Thank you. Oh, it's no trouble. He kept all of her clothes. They were a very devoted couple, the doctor and your sister. So they tell me. I've changed the sheets. Good night, madam. Good night, Mrs.
Well, if you gentlemen will give me a moment to myself. Thank you, Paul.
Coffee will be served in the drawing room, Mrs. Jekyll.
You can't fool me, Harry. So don't try. Fool you? How? You're overworking. I can see it in your face. I worked like that, too, to educate you. And I'm very proud of you, but... don't kill yourself, boy. I'm proud of you, too.
He didn't say much, Mr. Devlin, as you can see.
So, who was this woman in his arms?
The butler called her Mrs. Crawford. I have looked in the medical register, but there's no Dr. Crawford listed.
Medical register?
People mix with their own kind, Mr. Devlin. She might have been a doctor's wife.
Well, she's somebody's wife. Stay with it. I smell a scandal brewing. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Harry. Thank you. And your mother's right, you know, you should marry again.
Doctor Jekyll, might I have a word with you, sir?
What is it, Mrs. Clark?
I've looked in on Mrs. Crawford and she's sleeping soundly. I don't know whether you'd like me to make you up a separate room or whether you've made your own arrangements.
I'll be staying at my club tonight.
If you say so, sir. But nobody told me.
It's my fault, Mrs. Clark. I forgot.
You know best, Mr. Poole. Sarah Crawford? Louisa's sister?
Yes. I'll tell you about it tomorrow, Mum.
Very well, dear. Good night, Harry.
Good night.
Good night, Harry.
Good night.
Doctor!
What is it?
Dr. Jekyll,
It's all right, Paul. Go to bed.
is anything wrong, sir?
I just dropped something. Go to bed.
Is there anything I can do?
Go away!
Would you like a hot drink?
No, thank you. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Crawford.
Time, Jack. I'll pass bloody too.
You hungry?
What is it, bread and cheese?
No, it's smoked salmon souffle. Eat it while it's hot.
Jim. Fits the description. You think it's him?
Could be.
Going in?
Let's find out.
That's his room. Ready?
God.
He's dead.
The people of Wyawega, Wisconsin did not make things too quickly, nor did they make things too fancy. But they have been known to make the big play, and they're becoming quite well known for making spreadery, a delicious new cheese snack. Spreadery comes in 7 flavors, and it goes with just about everything. Kraft introduces Spreadery Cheese Snack. The good news from Wyawega is spreading fast.
Did you know, due to overwhelming demand, AT&T has added more time to sign up for our Pro Watts offer. And with our lower price, now any business spending $50 or more a month can automatically earn bigger and bigger discounts, making AT&T's prices extremely competitive. And until February 28th, we'll even pay the sign-up fee. So sign up now, before time slips away again. AT&T Pro Watts, another AT&T advantage.
Tell you what I know about pickup.
having been around them most of my hard-working life, well, there's lots of little things I like about this Ford. But know what I like most? The way Ford builds them, they last.
Ford trucks, #1 for all the right reasons.
Maybe that's why there's more Ford trucks on the roads than Chevys. And where I come from, the last one standing always won the fight.
Now get low financing or a $750 cash bonus on select Ford F-Series trucks.
When the people of Rehoboth, Delaware decided to clean up the waterfront, know who they teamed up with? Hefty Cinch Sack. Easy to close, easy to lift, easy to carry away. Rehoboth Beach, reclaimed by the people, and Hefty Cinch Sack.
I have the perfect remedy for their heartburn with headache. Alka-Seltzer. It's advanced formula Alka-Seltzer with less sodium, and you can take it with just a little water.
That tastes great, but it's not Alka-Seltzer.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
New advanced formula Alka-Seltzer.
You meet the most fascinating people in Pine Valley.
Eric has always been married to the most gorgeous-looking men. Jeff Martin, husband number 2, Phil Brent, Tom Cudahy, Adam Chandler, Mike Roy, Travis Montgomery. Jack Montgomery may be the man who can handle Eric Kane. Happy anniversary, all my children.
Tuesday.
Can I go home now? It's beautiful.
They took everything out and she still might die.
I just got your back, Nancy.
Special 30-something Tuesday. Jekyll and Hyde, starring Cheryl Ladd, Michael Caine, returns in a moment.
Tomorrow, a preview of the American Music Awards with #1 rapper Tone Loc. Then later in the week, Peter Horton. Also, what the future holds for Hollywood, a sequel explosion, and why Dirty Dancers are getting in step with the Lambada on Good Morning America.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, John Martin.
Good evening. Thousands of Azerbaijanis marched in Moscow today to protest the Soviet Army's assault on their troubled home republic. In Azerbaijan, tens of thousands of people denounced what they called the Soviet occupation. Washington's Mayor Marion Barry, facing federal drug charges, said he'll seek help, but he didn't specify what kind of help or say what kind of problem he has. More later on the Weekend Report.
Last year, your Greater Michigan Ford dealer sold more cars and trucks than any of the competition. One reason is great offers like this.
Through February 5th, your nearby Ford dealer will make your down payment, and you can buy a new Escort for just $156 a month. That's right, no money down and payments as low as $156 a month.
And with an offer like that, we think Ford will continue to rule the road. Of course, we're not pressing the point with the Savage Stone. Hurry to your Greater Michigan Ford dealer.
Are you prejudiced? Join TV12 Sue Zelenko and Bill Harris when they check your attitude in an hour-long World of Difference special Thursday night at 9 on TV12.
I now have 2 families, and I'm their child.
They're not doing it to make you think they're good people. They're doing it because they are good people.
I didn't expect that at all. And right away, they just all started helping me.
The hospitality, everyone, it's overwhelming.
Jack Klugman is Quincy, weekday mornings at 10.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Morning, Mom. It's cool. Mrs. Crawford. I've breakfast for you.
Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark, come quickly. Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark. Mrs. Clark, where are you?
I can't wait any longer. When Sergeant Hornby gets here, give him this box.
He's here now, sir.
How's Jack's wife?
How do you think? 2 little boys as well.
You better lock me up, Governor, because I'm going to shoot that bastard dead.
Calm down, Jim.
Here, take this.
What is it?
The bottle. The one we found in the room. I want to know what's in it and what it's used for.
I'll tell you something. He's got to get his bloody strength from somewhere. He killed Jack with one hand.
So get it analyzed. You know what reflux means? I looked it up. It means flowing backwards.
Alan, we've got to get him now. You know that, don't you?
Or we'll get him. That I guarantee.
Sitting in the bed. Oh, God, it was horrible.
Don't talk. Drink this. It'll make you sleep.
Poole, where's Mrs. Clark?
The damn woman's gone out. I wanted her to stay with Mrs. Crawford.
No.
You feel drowsy, sir. I want you to get some sleep.
How did it get in? It was in the bed. You wanted me, Doctor?
Where have you been, Clark?
To get the police. They're downstairs now. I hope I did right.
Look, if you want any more, get them yourself.
Hey, how old are you, Cheeky?
13.
You ought to be 14. Ah, Seb, here's your article. Literature at last.
How long is it going to take?
10 minutes if you're lucky. 20 if you're not. Here, have some. Keep up your strength. Very funny.
So when can we see the lady?
Not until this evening. She is under sedation.
Do you know how he got in, sir?
The window in my laboratory is broken. Poole, perhaps you would show the officers. Certainly, sir. This way, please.
Eureka. Hello, Mrs. Crawford.
You're writing a news item, for heaven's sake, not an essay. Quote the Prime Minister in the first paragraph. Yes, please.
Society page, 3 years old. Marriage. Captain Richard Crawford of the Royal Navy to Sarah, youngest daughter of Dr. Charles Lanyon. That's who she is, Mr. Devlin. She's Sarah Lanyon.
Lanyon's daughter in Jekyll's arms.
Happened before. Wife dies, dog the sister.
Sharpen your pencils, Snape.
Never blunt, sir.
What do you mean, take you back? The place is crawling with coppers because of you. I can't find anywhere else. Then why'd you go to the police, you stupid little slut? Because he beat me, that's why. Because he didn't break your neck. I'll get you, you old bag. You see if I don't. I'll tell him about the doctor. You do and I'll kill you. You're back. The police are looking for you. That man died last night. You killed him. So I'll need more money. Tell the doctor I'll need more money. Understand?
Come in here and
is impossible.
What is wrong now?
Well, if the powder's acidic, it should turn this indicator red.
You don't know what you're doing, do you?
I'm a technician, Sergeant, not a genius. You should have taken it to a chemical analyst.
That's not what you said when I brought it in. Where do I find one?
Try the universities.
I want a name.
Well, ask the man who wrote that book. Perhaps he knows what the bloody stuff is. I don't.
Margaret, step aside, please.
Morning, Dr. Lanyon.
Good morning, Margaret.
Hello, gorgeous. A girl like you could flutter a sailor's heart. Is the captain's wife at home?
Who's asking?
Of course. You must be Margaret.
How do you know my name?
Prettiest girl in Mayfair, the captain always says. Ah, how right he was.
Are you from Captain Crawford's ship?
A finer captain never sailed the seven seas, Margaret. He's besotted. Captain's behaving like a lovesick duck. Teddy says to me, he always calls me Ted. Teddy says, when you're in London, tell my dear wife how much I miss her. I'd do anything for the captain. So, is the lady at home?
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Well, she's gone. Dr. Lanyon flung her out last night in the pouring rain. They say she's got a lover. That Dr. Jekyll.
A lover? Margaret, I'm shocked. I never thought I'd live to hear it said.
Well, what are you going to tell the captain?
The truth. Sad, sad.
Hey, just a minute. What's your name?
Yes, Johnson, I have read that article in the record. And I think that Dr. Lanyon is blind. All over Africa, men who believe that they're going to die, they die. And why? Because the mind controls the body. Alter the mind, and you alter the man. If that were true, we could be whatever we wanted to be. And one day, we will be. Tall, short, strong, weak, like grafting roses. But that's like playing God. Yes. And it will happen. Science will control our shapes, our intelligence, even create new breeds of men. Violent men to fight our wars. Docile men to do our work. Hell on earth. And I want no part of it.
All right, I'll ask again. He walks in here and he rents a room. What was his name?
I told you. He said he was a doctor. That's all I know.
And then a week later, Hyde arrives. He turns his pig pen into a sewer, starts hitting the girls. You don't complain.
He was the patient. The doctor was treating him.
He must have paid you a lot of money, our friend, the doctor. £20, was it? 30 to shut your mouth?
Cough yourself off.
All right, Mrs. Hatley. Who is he? Who is Hyde? Answer me!
The devil.
What?
The devil.
Sarah, are you awake?
Oh, I'm frightened.
Can I talk to you?
Of course. Oh, my head.
I'll get you some.
No, don't go. Have they found him?
No. They won't.
What do you mean?
They'll never find him.
Why not?
Because he isn't real.
It's not my imagination. He was here. He was in this room. I'm not making it up. It happened.
Sarah, hear me out. I know how real he can seem. Because I know who he is.
You know it. Then how can you say he's not real?
He was induced.
You're not making any sense. If you know who he is, then he's real. Who is he? Who is he, Henry?
He is me.
This is insane. What are you saying?
I don't have much time. If I tell you, will you listen to me? Right to the end.
Doctor, the police have returned. They're asking for Mrs. Crawford.
Tell them to wait.
Sir.
Please, sir. Listen to me. I am in more trouble than any man alive.
Heinz ketchup. It's so rich, so thick. Why waste time with anything else? Heinz ketchup. The best things come to those who wait.
When you think about all the satisfaction you get out of going places, why would you ever want to take anything less than America's most satisfying car? The Acura Integra.
Sometimes it's wonderful to be in a hospital, like when you've just given birth to the most beautiful baby in the world. Another nice thing that happened to me here was the nurse gave me Kerry lotion. It softened and smoothed my rough, dry skin. I even heard the doctors recommending Kerry, and they were right. Therapeutic Kerry's formula is different from ordinary lotion because it's concentrated. So now my hands are so soft, just like hers.
Kerry lotion. Skin care even hospitals trust.
Even when all of Company B heads for the phone, it's no problem for Gail Godfrey.
Delta Airlines, Gail Godfrey.
Y'all heard of Lubbock, Texas?
Yes, that is confirmed.
I got some friends who want to talk to you now. Just hold on a second. Thank you. Cincinnati, Ohio. New York City. Monroe, Louisiana. Albuquerque, New Mexico. San Jose, California. Portland, Oregon. New Montana.
You're all set. Thank you for calling, Delta.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Gail. Did you get many calls this afternoon?
One.
Ever try this coffee?
Oh, no. I use a special blend, brewed fresh.
So do we. But then we freeze dry to lock in superior flavor and aroma until you release it.
Perfect. Who are you?
We're Taster's Choice.
1 week from tonight, the Enterprise returns to an alien planet to search for Spock.
I don't believe it.
We will seize the secret of this weapon.
Fireman Scott.
William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and Back from the Future, Christopher Lloyd. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, 1 week from tonight.
Dr. Jekyll, the police will see you now, sir.
I'm coming.
Right.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You didn't see his face,
Not clearly, no.
and you can't describe his clothes.
It was too dark.
At 7:30 in the morning.
The curtains were closed.
Mrs. Crawford, I know this is distressing, but is there anything you can tell us about this man? Anything at all? Ah, Doctor.
There is one thing, Sergeant.
Yes, Mom?
The window in the doctor's room is broken.
We've seen that.
Well, perhaps he climbed in there.
Not unless he was a contortionist. It was broken from the inside.
Oh. I'm afraid there's no more I can tell you. Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry I wasted your time.
I see. Well, if you do remember anything...
Yes, you will be the first to know. Good night.
Good night, Mom. Good night, Doctor. Good night. Yes, we'll find our own way out.
What's her game?
You mean you don't know? Lover's fifth. Jekyll hits her. Butler finds her all very embarrassing, so she spins us a yarn.
Nice looking girl, though.
Yeah, better without the bruises.
May I show you something? This is where he was born. He's hidden in here. 18 years to work it out. Insects. Mice. And one day, last April, I saw it in a flash. It should have been able to turn the ugly beautiful and the stupid bright. But all I found was hide.
Henry, I don't understand any of this.
No. Please listen. That was a wonderful thing you did just now. Giving me back my freedom. It was more than I deserved. Well, this is my answer.
Henry, no.
No, sir. No, sir. Let it burn.
It's your life's work.
It's a betrayal. I'm a doctor. I'm supposed to get rid of pain, not to cause it. I took an oath.
My father always said.
He was right. And I was wrong. Will you go back to Singapore?
Do you want me to?
Her own brother-in-law? Are you sure? Charlotte, it's all over the papers. They don't even deny it. It's outrageous. My dear, that's why the whole town is talking. Charlotte, it's Beresford Mount. Beresford Mount?
Dr. Jekyll?
No, sir. This is Dr. Jekyll.
Ah, Doctor, my name is Beresford Mount. We've been reading about your theories in the papers. Very controversial. Perhaps you'd care to discuss them over supper?
I don't need an argument tonight, Mr. Mount. And in any case, I'm dining with friends.
Yes, so am I, sir. The party I'm with is sitting up there, in the royal box. You see, I'm private secretary to the Prince of Wales. Perhaps we could all meet up in the foyer and go on from there? It's been a privilege to meet you, Mr. Jekyll.
Annabelle, you don't think they've been invited, do you? Certainly not. The prince has more sense.
Very good of you to come at this late hour, Dr. Lanyon.
I had very little choice. Until 5 minutes ago, I was a guest at the commissioner's dinner table. Where is the substance?
Here, sir. There's not much of it left, I'm afraid. I've carried out so many tests.
What test?
The ones in your book, sir.
You've eliminated strychnine, iodine, morphine.
Not yet, Doctor, no.
Potassium permanganate. All the opiates.
I don't have the equipment, sir.
Yes, I see. Well, I'll give you a list of what I need. I shall start after lunch tomorrow.
Hot chestnut. Get your chestnut.
Plenty of customers?
Call it off, Gov. You'll not come back.
Then we'll have to find another way, won't we, Sergeant?
Bloody waste of time. Hot chestnuts. Get your chestnuts. Thank you very much.
Fancy a chestnut?
And so when I told them I was not Mrs. Jekyll, they all just nodded and smiled.
What else could they do? The prince has a string of mistresses. 2 of them were there.
A string?
That's why he looks so old.
He doesn't look a day over 40.
You know he's only 16.
Fool.
Oh. Let's stop at my parents and tell them we had supper with the Prince of Wales. They'll love that.
Oh, no, Henry, please. I can't face them yet.
Of course you can. Driver, stop, please.
No, Henry, please. I've had too much champagne. I can't even get my words out.
Nonsense. They'll never notice the difference.
No, you go.
Without you?
You'll enjoy it. Go on.
Driver, take the lady to number 4 Clifford Street, please. Or as you would say, Strafford Street.
Don't keep them up too late.
Nonsense. Celebration is a celebration, and it calls for Napoleon brandy. You only drink for heroes and the terror of the weak. I can't remember where I put it.
You always do this. Why do you keep hiding it?
Because the cook is a drunk. Now you look outside, and I'll look this. Prince doesn't have to hide his brandy, I'll wager. Your mother will talk all night now, you know that, don't you? What Harry said to the prince and what the prince said to Harry. I think I'll sleep down here.
We didn't say much, you know. There were 12 other people there.
Well, that won't stop you, Mother. We'll make it up. Now, about Sarah, is she getting a divorce? You can't thumb your nose at society forever, Harry. They'll freeze you out in the end. They always do. Harry, pick it up. Harry, what is it?
right.
The Nissan I want is the, was in those commercials. They drove it to South America, the Pathfinder. We'd load up the Pathfinder and, whoops, forgetting a four-door, and go skiing every weekend. Or the Paris-Dakar Rally. We could be the first family to race from Paris to Africa. Quit our jobs, pull the kids out of school. Maybe not.
Enough already. I gave up red meat. I haven't had an egg since Easter, 1984. And now there's cheese low in cholesterol. So I asked my friend Carol, have you tried cheese that's low in cholesterol? You're eating it now? She said. This? I said, it tastes too good. Aha, she said. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Kraft Light Naturals. Reduced fat cheese that tastes like cheese.
Only sheer energy pantyhose can make you feel this good.
Out of every 10 people who tried Benylin cough syrup with its unique cough suppressant, 9 say they'll use it again. Is your cough syrup this effective? Try Benylin.
24 hours a day, only one card gives you 100% fiber optic sound quality and rates that are lower than AT&T. The phone card from U.S. Sprint. To get yours free without changing phone companies, call Sprint now.
Wednesday, burning the midnight calories.
I've got assorted members of the Cookie family.
This is not a slumber party. We're not going to put on baby dolls and talk about boys and do each other's hair.
Anything but love.
Well, no.
After Doogie Howser, MD, Wednesday.
Tonight's movie, Jekyll and Hyde, returns in a moment. Consumers demanding products that are better for Mother Nature. It's forcing business to provide them.
There's a lot that people can do.
50 simple things you can do to help save the Earth. Watch Peter Jennings on ABC's World News Tonight this week.
This is a live 12 News Brief brought to you by Wendy's Old-Fashioned Hamburgers.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Santa. Coming up later tonight on 12 News Night Watch, a lot of people turned out for the Shrine Circus today at the IMA Sports Arena, but there wasn't room for everyone. We'll have details. A one-car accident in Shiawassee County has claimed the lives of 3 people. We'll have that story. And John Radigan says the Detroit Pistons came up on the losing side today. All the day's news, weather, and sports tonight in about 30 minutes.
Introducing the Super Value Menu at Wendy's. Everything on it is at a special low price, like Biggie Drinks, Biggie Fries, chili, and our delicious new Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Come try the Super Value Menu at Wendy's.
Can a piano store have a January white sale?
You bet. I'm Phil Smith, and last month I goofed and bought too many ivory and white Yamaha pianos. So this week we're putting them all on sale. And if you hurry, you can save a bundle on one of them. Aren't they beautiful? I also put special prices on plain old brown and black ones. So come out to Phil Smith Pianos in Flushing for our January white sale for your new white piano. Or brown, or black, or blue.
Peter Falk and Alan Arkin are the In-Laws, Sunday night, 11:30 on TV 12.
We continue with Jekyll and Hyde.
Ready?
Please. Why did he stop here? Any point in a storm. Come on. Jekyll. Letter H. J. Jekyll.
Who is it? Who's there? What is it? What's wrong? What's happened?
He's killed my father.
Oh, my God.
I can't control him, sir. He's inside me.
No, you destroyed it. The chemicals, everything, you destroyed it.
He's a part of me. He's like a huge viper living inside of me. I keep him drugged, but he's very strong. It worked at first, but he's so strong.
It's a very sophisticated compound, Inspector. That's why it's taking so long. These 4 of the ingredients are completely unknown to me, quite extraordinary. I'd bring them to distillation.
Don't go to too much trouble, Dr. Lanyon. We only wanted to know what it might be used for.
First, I have to know what it is.
Sir, should it be clear this time? Clear liquid?
Of course.
It's not. It's happened again. Look.
How much of the original compound is left?
Only about an ounce.
I'm going to send a small sample to every research institute in London.
Good idea, sir.
There is an answer. There must be an answer. And I shall find it. Right, thank you, gentlemen.
Right, Doctor. I'll see you out.
Goodbye, sir. I hope you sit on a Bunsen burner. I thought you admired him. Not after what they said about him in the papers. Threw his daughter out in the rain. Oh, reptile. I kept the paper on the bench just to embarrass him. You should have seen his face.
Jekyll. Dr. H. J. Jekyll.
Alan? Alan?
Mother? It's Henry.
Dr. Lloyd said it is irreversible. Stroke, isn't it? Can she hear you?
No.
And she can't see me either.
Snape. Sergeant Hornby, Scotland Yard.
Oh, yes.
Apparently you wrote this article.
That's right.
What do you know about Dr. Henry James Jekyll?
Enough. Why?
Does he treat any special patients? Dangerous ones? Violent ones?
Oh. I get your drift. Do you mean the sort of lunatic that might push little girls under coaches right outside his house?
Might even live in the house, Mr. Snape.
Well, well. Sit down, Sergeant. I'll tell you everything I know.
It's hopeless.
Found it once, you'll find it again.
There are 32 different ingredients, Sarah. Over 1,000 combinations. It took years, and I burnt all my notes.
I'm going to see my father. I know he will help us.
No, it's too late. There's no time.
But he's already helping the police. It says right here, chemicals were taken from the suspect's room in Limehouse for analysis by the eminent Dr. Charles Lanyon.
Limehouse?
Excuse me, Doctor. Visitors arrived.
They didn't destroy it, Sarah. They didn't destroy it.
Who is it?
It's Mr. Utterson, Mum. He's downstairs.
They have a whole bottle.
Mum.
I'll analyze it and reproduce it.
Shall I say it's inconvenient?
Yes.
It'll only take a few days.
No. No, I'll come. And I wait here.
Sarah, I apologize for arriving unannounced, but I had to offer my condolences.
Thank you, Geoffrey. I'll tell Henry.
A double tragedy. I hear Mrs. Jekyll suffered a stroke.
Yes, we saw her this afternoon.
I'm so sorry. As the family lawyer, if there's anything I
You're
can
most
do,
kind. Perhaps we could see each other in a day or two.
What was that, the front door?
Henry? Henry, wait!
Touchstone Pictures and the Samuel Goldwyn Company present Bette Midler.
You know it's hard raising a daughter by yourself.
Well, you make me sick. Well, you're not exactly my dream date either.
You try and keep her from making the mistakes you made.
Guys, I'm Stop trying to run my life.
She'll push you to your limit 1 minute.
What do you think you're doing, huh?
And melt your heart the very next.
What am I gonna do?
But I guess that's what it means to be a mother.
It's the unforgettable story of an unshakable love. Bette Midler, Trini Alvarado, Stella, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 2nd at a theater near you.
To understand Asia, you have to understand its customs, its mystery, its people. You have to know what makes a good impression and what offends. For over 40 years, we've been learning about Asia. So in addition to nearly 90 non-stop flights weekly, we can give you something no other U.S. airline can. The knowledge that comes after 40 years of helping people do business in Asia.
In a world of distractions and unexpected turns, a car should be like a friend you don't have to talk to. The Mazda 626 is engineered to feel just that way, with the ability to make you feel in control. At the same time, it makes you feel relaxed. The 626 from Mazda.
Get $1,000 cash back on a 1990 Mazda 626 now.
When Mom gets a cough and cold, everyone suffers.
Mom, Dad's ironing.
Time to doctor that cough with Robitussin.
Look, Mom's feeling better.
Robitussin, recommended by more doctors, pharmacists, and Dr. Mom.
Here you go. You really know how to impress your clients, huh?
You should have stayed at Holiday Inn. They have everything you need for a perfect meeting, and they'll guarantee it.
Why take chances with your meetings? Call 1-800-HOLIDAY.
Want to know more about talking to your children about AIDS? Send for a free information guide. Call 1-800-342-AIDS.
Trucker Mackenzie on Loving.
I don't take the complications, especially when it comes to love. I like to keep things simple. An open fire, a moonlit sky, being all alone with the woman I love, and loving her completely.
Start an affair with Loving.
The affair starts here on TV 12.
Round the back. All right. There's 3 round the back and 2 at the end of the mews.
Right. Wait here.
Well, Sergeant, any chance of an exclusive?
Wait and see.
Dr. Lanyon, there's someone here with a note. I told him what is it you are dining, but he says it requires an answer.
Sure. He wants me to see a patient.
I told you to wait outside.
Help me.
All right, Williams. Leave us. Are you sure, sir?
He's a referred patient. I have to see him.
As you wish, Doctor. But what is it?
Father, where is it? Please give you my powder. Bastard!
It's the letters over there.
I'm sending it to colleagues. Find out what it contains. What are you doing? I am saving my neck from the gallows. Country, that is poison!
A fair likeness, Mr. Utterson?
There can't be many men like this, Inspector.
Precisely. Last month, he injures a child outside this house, and last night he was out there again. You haven't seen any prowlers in the neighborhood, Mrs. Crawford? Nothing suspicious?
No, nothing.
You surprise me. 2 weeks ago, you told the local police you were attacked and raped in this very house. Is there anything you'd like to tell me, Mrs. Crawford?
Charles, please listen to me. It's a trick. It's not a trick. It's metabiological change. That's not possible. But you've just seen it. It's phosphorylation on a massive scale. But I don't know how the cells reform. You're insane. No, I'm not insane. I'm desperate. Charles, in the name of mercy,
there's not enough time. You must help me. With your knowledge and mine, we can suppress it, reverse it. I know we can. Oh, we'll analyze the powder. How much do you have?
How much?
The green bottle. The one from Hyde's room. I labeled it reflux. You have it. Where is it?
Henry. Henry, there is no more.
Help me! Somebody, please! Help me! God can help you now. Then why doesn't he?
Thank you, Paul.
You have nothing to add to what you told the local police.
Nothing, Inspector.
Then I'll bid you good night.
Dr. Jekyll, is someone... Dr. Jekyll? Dr. Jekyll!
Thank goodness that's
Go away. Leave me.
I need to talk to you.
Look.
Oh, no!
He's coming, Sarah. Go before he kills you. Run while I'm still here. In heaven's name. Sarah, what is it?
Go away.
You're going to die.
No! Go away.
What's the person there? No.
Leave them.
Sarah, stand aside.
Leave them alone.
No. Inspector. Yeah. Inspector Palmer. Yeah. Sarah, here. Come over. Come. Bring it down. Is he dead?
Shot himself. Twice.
But there was someone else.
No sign of a break-in. Jim, make sure that reporter stays outside. And get a sheet. I want him covered up. Right, sir.
I never guessed the truth.
His father died about a month later. I'm the only one that does know.
Now me.
Yes. And now you.
What will you do?
live here. With my son. But he must never know, Jeffrey.
Of course.
Ever.
I assume he is Henry's child.
Oh, yes. He's Henry Jekyll's child. Harry?
To help relieve head cold misery, you need full prescription strength Actifed. Of the 3 leading cold medicines once sold by prescription, only one still comes in its original maximum strength formula. Only Actifed. To help relieve the stuffy, drippy misery of a head cold, remember, Actifed. And to help reduce the fever and sinus pain of a bad head cold, now there's new Actifed Plus.
If I had a Z, it'd be silver. No, black. And I'd take it to a racetrack. Pull it. Nah, drive it cross country. That's what I'd do. Wait, Germany. Yeah, now that'd be epic. Running a Z flat out on the Autobahn. Too bad you can't drive to Europe.
Nothing refreshes you like Ocean Spray Cran Raspberry. Ask any Bobby.
So tangy. So crisp. So cool. Ocean Spray.
Taste refreshing Ocean Spray Cran Raspberry.
It is so good.
It's music to your mouth.
Finally, equal treatment for hands and nails. Vaseline Intensive Care Hand and Nail Formula Lotion. It softens rough, dry hands and helps strengthen nails. Finally, equal treatment for hands and nails.
Why does a Q-tip's cotton swab have 50% more pure cotton at the tip than any other swab? For softness, safety, and trust. Q-tips, a swab by any other name, is not the same.
Good morning, America is like my cup of coffee.
Good morning, America. It helps me start my day off right.
Leading the news this morning, we have an update on that situation. They're themselves. Just somebody you'd like to have breakfast with.
Come on, Joan, give me a break.
No, we can't do that.
Good morning, America.
Travel to London provided by Northwest Airlines, serving 220 cities in 21 countries.
This is Joan London. Tomorrow, a preview of the American Music Awards with #1 rapper Tone Loc. Then later in the week, Peter Horton, and it's steam heat on the dance floor, the Lambada, on Good Morning America.
All this week in the Home Show, you're invited to Phyllis Diller's house. In our series on the 1990 Bride, we'll cover gowns, etiquette, and beauty secrets. This is Gary Collins. See you on the Home Show.
Watch the Weekend Report tonight on most of these ABC stations.